everyone, and welcome as we have another fun-filled day hiking. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe. Also hit that bell notification so you can be notified of new videos when they post. I do post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're new to the channel and don't know what this is all about, I do hiking videos from my point of view so that you could come along with me and see what I see as I see it. And every Monday and Friday, I tell a story throughout the video. But Wednesday, I do a video where it's all about the sights and the sounds of the location. So you don't have to listen to me mumble on and ramble about this story or that. You can just simply listen to the sounds of nature and police cars and birds and people screaming. If you like the video, be sure to actually like it. Here we don't say smash that like button. Instead, we say other things like beat the hell out of it. Beat the hell out of that like button. I mean, just give it a good punch. Punch that like button if you like this video. Be sure to subscribe. And hey, leave some comments down below. All of this tells the YouTube algorithms that, hey, this video is cool. Other people should see it. And then YouTube will show it to other people. Otherwise, it will remain here in the dark corners of YouTube's dark and dang basement. It is always such a wonderful, relaxing thing. It's great because it's perfect for exercise, but also you take in the forest and the rivers and the water, and the thing is, it never gets old. Because I do this as exercise, I'm going to the same place many times a week, and it just never gets old because every single day is different. The lighting's different, the way it feels different, the animals I may come across, the sounds I may hear. It's just different. And I just feel energized every time I do this. So if you've been listening to me for a while, you know that I tell stories. And I typically tell one story. But sometimes I'm going to tell a life lesson. And that's what I want to do today. Because there is one thing that's been really bothering me. And I've been seeing it a lot. And it's been spreading. And it's been happening more and more and more. And I feel that it is going to cause relationships to collapse all over the place and many people to remain lonely. Yep, you're not going to find someone unless you change your ways. And that's what I'm going to get to. And the biggest thing I want to say is stop telling me you don't need me. Stop saying it. So what do I mean by that? Well, stick around because we're going to get to it. You know, it is very difficult these days in the 21st century here to talk about the difference between men and women. You know, there's this push for us to be equal, and yeah, okay, that's fine. But we can't ignore the fact that we are scientifically different. There is a difference between a man and a woman. And I'm not talking about sexual preference. I am talking genetically. There is a difference. And we can try to deny it all we want, but if we do that, we are going to cause more and more problems. Now, I am not saying as a blanket statement that all men are this way and all women are that way. That's simply not true. But I am going to go by averages. For example, the average man does have within him, within his DNA, to be a protector. You know, he wants to protect. When I was growing up and I had younger brothers and a younger sister, even if I was having a bad week with them where we were fighting with each other and throwing each other off the roof and drowning each other in the pool and kicking the crap out of each other and lighting each other on fire and throwing the other one in a wood chipper and then gluing them back together, you know, what brothers do. You know, when I would go to school, even after doing that, and he's walking in, you know, with scotch tape holding him together, and another kid starts making fun of him, I was on that kid like flies on a rib roast. You know, I was right there, like, you don't talk to my brother like that. Who the hell do you think you are? I was there protecting him. It was in me. It was in my DNA. And they were the same way. My brothers were exactly the same way. But if I got hurt, or one of my brothers got hurt, my little sister, and there's like, you know, a 10-year difference between me and my little sister, you know, she's there You need a Band-Aid? You want this? You need help here? What can I do? That kind of thing. Like, she had this natural way of wanting to care for and nurture. And I seen it too with dogs. My family grew up with dogs. And there was a difference between the female dogs and the male dogs. If you were to fall and get hurt, the female dog would come running over and cuddle with you and try to keep you warm and nurture you and lick you. But the male dog would stand guard over you. Would be there ready if anybody tried to hurt you because you're in pain right now. So if anybody comes near you, the dog is ready. You stay away. He's in trouble now. I'm here to protect him. Where the female dog's like, I'm here to help you. What can I do to help you? Let me lick your wound. It's a natural way of being. It is scientifically who we are. It's like if I'm going on a hike in the forest like this and I'm with my woman, and I don't have a woman right now, but if I was with one, if I bought one, maybe a Russian bride, if I did that, not that I ever did do that, I wouldn't do that, but I have, but I don't, no, I never have done it, but I might, no. I would never buy a woman. I would make one. No, I have not done that. No, that never happened. Of course not. None of that. No. But if I was not single and going on a hike with my woman and a big bear came up, the first thing I would do is block her and be like, no, look at me. I'm powerful. I'm stronger than you, bear. But I would have a natural instinct to want to protect her. I mean, it happened, actually. It actually happened to me in real life. I was on a hike with a woman and a bear came along and we got into a big fight. By the end, the bear was dead and I had no scratches on me. And I wore him like a bear suit. No, that did not happen. No. It's entertainment. I'm making you laugh, right? Aren't you finding it funny? Okay, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am very sorry. I'll get serious again. I'm sorry. No, it actually did happen. Where I was traveling with a friend, and the girl he was very much interested in, he had a big crush on her. Let's just say he was not really manly, I guess. And not manly for her, because we went through this haunted house thing, and she grabbed onto me instead. Which I thought was interesting, and also thought, oh boy, I hope he doesn't get angry, but what can I do? Am I going to tell her, get off me? Because I kind of liked it. So she was grabbing onto me. She felt more comfortable by me than him. But anyways, that's beside the point. We get to a gas station. It's like 2 a.m. And everybody goes into the gas station. She heads off to the ladies' room. He heads off to the men's room. And I was buying snacks for everybody. And so I grab the snacks and then I wait inside the gas station. He comes out and he's like, all set? I'm like, yeah, all set. And then I can't remember what her name was. And I'm like, yeah, she's in the bathroom. Oh, okay. And then he leaves. He walks out of the gas station and goes back to my truck. And then I'm thinking, like, what? You want to be with her. You like her. You have a crush on her, but you're not going to stay here and make sure she gets out? Did you not see the movie The Vanishing? I know you saw it. You quote lines from it. And now you're like, you're going to leave her alone? You don't do that. No. The Vanishing taught us you don't do that. If you're a guy, don't leave your woman alone in a strange gas station. Stay with her. But I had that in my mind, and I'm just thinking, like, why is he leaving her alone here in this strange place, far away from where we all live, and it's 2 a.m, and that's just not right. So I stayed. I just felt this natural urge to stay and make sure she was okay. And I'm not bragging about myself. I am just saying that for most men, that is within our DNA. That I knew that it would be best for me to stay there and make sure that this woman is okay. And so when she walked out, we walked back to my truck. And she was fine. She didn't vanish. I didn't see a guy that looked like Jeff Bridges there. Now, the same situation happened when I was a kid. I was 10 years old, and I was riding my bike up the driveway. We had this really long driveway, like 200 to 300 feet long, somewhere in between there. And I'm going as fast as I could. And at that time, this was like the late 1980s or so, and my father had put in a handbrake on my bike. So the bike didn't come with one, and he added it on. Unfortunately, he didn't bolt it down properly enough. So what happened was the brake got loose and hit the spokes of the tire and stopped me dead in my tracks. And I flew off the bike, and we had a gravel driveway, and I ripped my knee open. It was like an inch deep, full of gravel. It was bad. And I was freaked out. I was 10 years old. It hurt like crazy. I saw the blood everywhere. I didn't even want to look anymore at it. So I like hobbled back to the house. And yeah, it was quite a walk. And I go in the house, and both of my parents are there. And I say, yeah, I'm hurt pretty bad. I'm hurt pretty bad. And my father just laughs at me. And he just laughs. He's like, walk it off. It ain't bad. And yet my mother's like, oh, we got to get that taken care of. And she's like getting bandages and everything. We got to get you to the doctor. My father's like, it's nothing. He's fine. Stop. And I wasn't even really crying. I was trying not to. But he was like, don't even think about crying like a little baby. It's fine. Does that not demonstrate the difference between a man and a woman? I mean, that does right there. The guy's like, oh, you're cut open, whatever. Oh, your guts are hanging out of your body. Go push them back in. And the woman's like, oh my God, we got to get you stitched up. Let me grab my sewing kit. Let's fix you up here and get you all set. And she wants to take care of you. But again, if a big bear suddenly broke in the house, then my father probably would have been like, quick, get in the bedroom. Let me take care of this bear. So that leads me to the biggest point I want to make about something that I've been seeing a lot lately. And this woman I used to work with, she got divorced. She's looking to find someone, the right person. And she doesn't understand why she can't. And she complains about it all the time. And doesn't think she could find the right man, and where is the right man, and why can't she find the right man, and why is all of her dates all screwed up? I mean, it makes for great stories. Every date she has seems to go bonkers, and she has a great story to tell. But there's one thing that she does that drives me crazy. And when I see it, I know that if she's telling this to other guys, she will remain single. And if she doesn't tell that to another guy, and they end up having a relationship, and then she starts saying this to the guy, the relationship will eventually die out. He will eventually leave her. And this is the lesson I want to teach everybody today. So what she keeps saying, and many other women that I see on social media, is, I don't need a man. That's what they say. I don't need a man to make me happy. I don't need a man to satisfy me. I don't need a man to love me. Instead, it's what they want. They want a man. They want his love, but they don't need his love. They want his help when they only want it, but they don't need his help when they actually need it. The bottom line is, the message is, I don't need you. I will never need you. And that's the message they want out there. And she does it, and so does many of these others I see on social media. Putting that message out that women don't need men. Here's the problem. A man needs to be needed. It is in their DNA. A man who is not needed is a man who becomes very depressed. And yes, I know, men don't like to talk about that. They don't want to say when they're depressed. A man doesn't want to be told he's not needed. I don't need you. That's what a man dreams about. He dreams about meeting the right woman and then her telling him, I need you. Because it makes him feel important. It makes him feel special. It makes him feel needed, useful. Because it's in our DNA. It is who we are. It is what the average man is all about. As I had pointed out, we are protectors, gatherers, hunters. We want to be needed. We want to be useful. We want you to need us to do something. There's a running joke that's been going on probably since the beginning of time with the pickle jar. I bet Mary went up to Jesus and said, hey, Jesus, can you open this jar? It's like the pickle jar, for some reason, is like impossible to open. and you gotta put all your strength in it to get that damn thing to open. There are cases where women could absolutely open it, but they know that I just want my man to feel needed. So they hand it over to their husband or their boyfriend and say, hey, open this. And he does, and he feels so proud of himself, like, I'm such a tough guy that she needs me to open this pickle jar. And that's the whole thing. That's the key. Women, stop telling men you don't need them. And if you feel you don't need them, don't tell them that. Don't say anything at all. Because you have no idea the amount of damage you're causing. And you're raising young little boys to believe this. I want you to know that a woman never needs you, and she should never need you. Get that out of your head. Stop saying it. Just stop. Understand that most men do need to be needed. They absolutely need to feel that. And don't ever tell them you don't need them. If you're married and you start telling them that, I don't think your marriage is going to last long. And if you're single and you keep saying that and you keep putting that on social media that you don't need a man, well, guess what? You ain't going to get one. You're going to remain single. Because as soon as a guy sees that, they're like, nope. I want to be needed. I want to be useful. I want that woman to want me and need me. So I hope this has been a valuable lesson. I know this is not the kind of thing that a lot of people want to talk about, but I do believe it's something that should be. And it's okay to talk about these things. People should not be afraid of it. Men should not be afraid to come out and say, yeah, Mike, you're right. You know, I do want to be needed. And when a woman says she doesn't need me, I feel like garbage. And maybe that's the thing too. For all the men who are listening to this right now, stop being afraid to speak out and speak your feelings. I know that men don't like to do that. We don't like to get all touchy and feeling and talk about our feelings. But at the same time, do you really want to live your life feeling miserable and depressed? Because you're not being understood, you're not being listened to, you're not being needed, and you're too afraid to say something because you don't want to seem weak? Well, you know what? Maybe the stronger guys are the ones who speak freely, are the ones who are not afraid to speak out. Because I'll tell you what's weak. Fear. Fear is weak. That is a weakness. Fear. And when you conquer fear, you have strength. You have strength. Strength over fear.
And now, a shameless plug.
That's right, it's time for another shameless plug by me, where I shamelessly plug something that I have personally created shamelessly. Why? Because I have no shame. Today I present MikeBurkePhotography.com. Photography has been a passion of mine for most of my life, ever since I got my first camera at 7 years old. And I have focused on taking beautiful landscapes, photos of the forest, the ocean, the sunsets, winter and fall, gorgeous images of colorful flowers, and on the occasion, wildlife. If you're looking for the perfect print to hang on your wall, then check out MikeBurkePhotography.com today. I have plenty of options. If you're looking for something just for autumn or something for winter, you'll find it. And all of my prints have many different options to choose from. You can get it on paper print, acrylic, canvas, metal print, and even frame. So check out Mike Burke Photography today and find the most perfect print for your wall. MikeBurkePhotography.com. And that was my shameless plug, and I'm gonna plug it shamelessly one more time. That's MikeBurkePhotography.com. There, I have no shame. I have no shame.